Hello and welcome back to my channel. First things first, this video is going to be addressing where I have been for like the last 3 weeks. No drama, no tea, just life happened. Seriously, there's no drama. But we are going to, sorry, like my hair has a mind of its own right now. So we are going to, oh my gosh, that's not much better. There we go. So today, now that I've redone my hair like 12 times in a 2-minute span, today we are here to unbox April 2021 BoxyCharm. This entire look is brought to you by BoxyCharm. Well, not the entire look. Most of the products brought to you by BoxyCharm. This is actually a really good box, especially for the price point. There's not a single product in here that I actually do not like. Kind of surprising. Because usually I'm like, I like this one. The rest of them are meh. But no, these are actually some really good products. There's a few surprises in here that have me sitting here thinking like, oh, okay, maybe I need to start using this daily. And yeah, so we are gonna unbox April BoxyCharm, and we are gonna chit chat, and we are gonna get ready. And you're gonna love, you're gonna like this video. I've been gone for a minute, so I kind of forgot how to film. Not really, but it's interesting. It's an interesting video. Okay, so as mentioned in the intro, we're going to do some unboxing, but we're also going to address the elephant in the room, which is, hi, my absence. My absence has not been necessarily by choice. I mean, kind of, but not really. But we'll get into that while we're trying everything on. But we are going to unbox April BoxyCharm. I had to come back. I had to come back for it. Yeah, we're gonna address everything, I promise. So, first things first. I'm the realist. It's not it. Okay. So we're just gonna go off the little thing. We have an eyeshadow palette. It is a special edition palette created exclusively for BoxyCharm, featuring 5 colorful, ultra pigmented shades that bring together a combination of celebration and balance between bold and pastel tones. A fun palette is packed with iconic, buttery, smooth formulas made with the highest quality pure color pigments, dazzling chroma crystals, and luminous pearls. Use it for a variety of creations, from playful, colorful, modern looks to everyday wear with a pop of color. Suitable for every skin tone, cruelty-free and allergen-free. This is by Natasha Denona. It does retail for $48, and I'm actually really excited to play in this. This color right here is screaming my name. Ignore my nails, they need to be done. Next up, we have a primer. Lock your looks in place and keep them cool with this icy sherbet primer. You notice I'm not telling you the names of everything yet? The palette, or the eyeshadow palette, is called the Jubilee eyeshadow palette, by the way. Keep them cool with this icy sherbet primer. Gel primer, ooh, I like the idea of that. Has instant cooling effects once applied, and hydrates and preps the skin for makeup. Formula is silicone free and water capturing technology. Lock in moisture to leave your skin feeling silky smooth. This is a very interesting primer. I'm very excited for this. This is by Touch and Soul. It is the Pretty Filt'r Icy Sherbet Primer. It literally smells like raspberry sherbet. I'm excited. We're going to be using almost all of this today, by the way, guys. I'm just like leaving the boxes in here so I can just throw those out. Next up, we have something from Dragonbeauty. I know, I'm not supposed to say that. This is Nikita Dragun This is her brand. Dragonfire Color Corrector helps conceal, correct, and perfect the appearance of dark circles, discoloration, and blemishes. Saturated with vitamin E and vitamin A, it blends effortlessly and offers customizable light to full coverage to make your makeup look even more flawless. Apply it anywhere you'd like to correct and neutralize, and blend with a flat concealer brush or sponge. After it sets, apply foundation as normal. This is lavender, by the way, and this retails for $25. This retails for $32. I forgot to say that. Not bad. Alright, next we have the Get the Magical Unicorn Glow with a Trio Highlighter Palette that features 3 shades of Unicorn Magic. Shimmering powders will add the perfect sparkle to your face. This is by Trendbeauty. It's called Unicorn Dust. It retails for $12.50. This was my bad. It didn't come like this. I went to open it and I accidentally scratched it with my nail. We have 3 very pretty shades. I'm very excited to try this. Never heard of Trendbeauty, and it only retails for $12.50, so it's not super expensive. And last but not least, we have an organic low foaming aromatic soft cleanser suitable for all skin types, infused with bioactive ingredients such as coffee and rosemary extracts. Infusion with verbena oil. Together they tone, purify, and protect the skin, while aloe vera nourishes and softens it. This is a body cleanser by Terra de Mars. Terra retails for $22. You can really smell the rosemary, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, we're not gonna use this today. It's okay. I can always use cleanser. So the first things first, we're gonna go in with the Icy Sherbet Pretty Filt'r Primer. So it's weird. I'm actually really excited to try this. It like just by like what I'm feeling on my hands, it is very cooling. So I'm very excited. Ooh, is it kind of mattifying? I feel like it's kind of mattifying. I know it's not a bad thing. I'm just curious. It feels good. I don't know if it's really pore filling. Kind of. I don't think it's supposed to be pore filling. I want to put more on because it feels so good. Yeah, it feels really good. It's actually really cool. It's cooling, but it's not super tacky, which I kind of like because lately I've been mixing foundations. Okay, so with all, yeah, it's kind of blurring, just a little bit. It's not a bad thing. I like blurring primers quite a bit, actually. Okay, so with all primers, you gotta wait a second. Give it a second. But let's start addressing the elephant in the room, which has been my absence. Yeah, so my absence, my MIA, my disappearing act. So it has nothing to do with YouTube, actually. We're gonna go ahead and try this color corrector because mama needs some help. Alright, so up close, it's not pore filling, but it is kind of blurring the primer. We're gonna apply a good bit of this. So basically what happened is, as we all know, I am a manager at a coffee shop, and things got kind of hectic. The city is starting to reopen. I transferred to a different store. This blends out very nicely, by the way. I transferred to a different store, and at the same time I was training my replacement that was replacing me at my current store. So I mean, like I said, there's no real tea. It's just, y'all see this? It's just, life was very crazy and hectic, and we're applying more. We want to brighten and conceal, y'all. So there's no real tea per se. It's just, in all honesty, when it came down to it, I had to step away from YouTube because my videos were going to be rushed, and I wasn't going to be able to put as much effort forth as I would want to, and that I was not living that life. Like, that is not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to, especially with the last 2 videos that are coming. They are coming. I'm in the process of getting all the finishing touches, and then I'm going to sit down and film them. But I didn't want to rush things because these were videos that I have put so much thought and research into that by rushing them, you were going to tell that they were rushed. And that's not going to do y'all justice. That's not going to do the story justice. And I wouldn't have been happy with it. I'm being 1000% honest with you. I personally would not have been happy with it. And I couldn't. I'm sorry. I just couldn't. So I'm sorry I went MIA. I am back now. Also, that color corrector. It works. I really like that primer. It's really, I think it's going to be really fun during the summer when it's extra hot. So the way I've been doing my foundation, because the Fenty is actually a little too light for my skin tone. I'm a smart cookie. But the Morphe is like perfect. I have been doing like a pump and a half of the Fenty and a pump of the Morphe. And because I usually use about 2 to 3 pumps on my face anyway. And that has been creating a nice color. So yeah. Am I beautiful yet? That's how I've been doing my foundation. Let's go ahead and blend this out real quick. But yes, I have missed y'all so much. I have missed filming so much. My sleep schedule finally has returned to normal. It was rough there for a second, guys. It was really rough. Like, I was working a minimum of 12-hour days. Like, I would be leaving my old store after training the manager and training her staff, and then going to my new store, and it was just, y'all, it was so crazy. But it's okay, because it's all worth it in the end. Now, let me just say this. I love mixing these foundations. One, like, the color ends up being, it is still a little bit light for me, but the coverage, so you got like one medium coverage and one super full coverage, and then together, and then you have like one soft matte and then one natural, and then together they create this baby of like a natural. It's weird, but no, seriously, this is how I have been doing my foundation when I have time to do foundation, because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had a lot of time. Today, yesterday I slept until like noon. Yesterday was my first like real day off where I could just do whatever I wanted and I didn't need to focus on anything. Yeah, I literally look like Casper the Friendly Ghost right now. It's okay. I'm supposed to. So the funny thing is, the lights, all of my lights actually make me look a lot paler than I really am. I'm not actually this pale. I'm really not. But, yeah, so it's just been kind of crazy. But it's okay because I am back and we are going to resume our amazing series. This is the Dose of Colors meter here, by the way. And it's going to be awesome. Now, let's do a quick little update on the primer. When I use this combination, I typically use a pore filling primer because both of these foundations are actually pretty thick. Yeah, you don't have to use a pore filling primer. I like to. So this is not a pore filling primer, but I will say it's a nice primer. Like, it's all of my makeup is blending in beautifully. And let's see how this concealer works with the Dragun Beauty. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little because I don't use color correctors. I really don't. I'm not a big color corrector fan. I feel like if you have the right concealer, you really don't need them. But now that I've used this color corrector, I think I might be hooked because there's no shadow. None. Even with some of my best concealers, there's still a little bit of shadow when I have been going as much as I've been going, and there is no shadow. I do, however. Okay, so if you have a nose ring, you know what a pain in the butt makeup can be with them. I will say, while I do like this primer so far, I think I would also use a pore filling primer just for like my smile lines. Because ideally you don't want to talk while you're doing makeup, but this is actually like all drying and mixing together very nicely. Okay, so the Dragonbeauty color correcting concealer, it is kind of creasing, which it's not like super bad. It's nothing that can't be corrected while setting with setting powder and setting spray, but it is kind of creasing, but it is working beautifully with the concealer and the foundation and the setting powder. Like okay, so ideally you don't want to look flat, but I look like one base, and I'm actually living right now for this. And again, like, I really don't like color correctors, and I don't really use them. I have some, but I don't use them. But I'm shook. Shooketh. Alright. Okay. Okay. So, if you don't want to use a... Alright, let's say you don't want to use two primers. You just want to use one primer. I have learned a little trick. If your makeup starts creasing, just go about your business, and then as you're setting your face, y'all see me, like I always use the beauty sponge to set my face. Really take the time to press that setting powder into the areas that are creasing, and then after you do it, set your face. Don't talk. Okay, so this will also, don't talk when you do it, by the way. Let your face dry before you talk again, or make any facial expressions at all. But this will also help with if you're wearing like a full face of makeup under a mask. Just so you know, I have a trick for it. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my brows, and I'm gonna use the $1 Billion Brow Pencil, and I'm gonna contour, and then I'm also gonna do my e.l.f. Turks and Caicos Putty Blush, and we will be right back to try the rest of the products and continue on our fun update. We're back. Okay, so I know I look a little crazy. First things first, can we just, like, the Turks and Caicos Putty Blush from e.l.f. But now you see with a little bit of contour, not much, literally I just focused it here and a little bit here. But with like the blush and the contour, how much more alive my face looks. Now, here's my secret. Now, lately I haven't been baking under my eye, but because we're gonna play in some color, I did throw in some setting powder under it, and I have not used the highlighter yet. Don't worry. But I have been baking right in this area, because of mask. I'm so clever. All right, so let's go ahead and, is this magnetic? It is not. It is not. Okay, I just looked really stupid. Don't mind me. I need a brush. It's not the brush I want. Let's use this brush. All right, we're just gonna go in with a random brush and some e.l.f. Putty eye primer. But yeah, so the MIA. It wasn't because like I didn't want to do YouTube, because I 100% do like my days, just it didn't feel right not doing YouTube. But it was because I felt like I didn't have the time and energy to devote to it, especially with the stories. Like I didn't want to do I wanted the stories to be done right, and with the stories that are coming up, like I didn't want to rush them in editing. I didn't want to rush them in the actual video, and I didn't want to do the stories that. I didn't want to do y'all that. I wanted you to see that this was something I was passionate about and not just thrown together. So that is where I have been. Work. But I'm back, so that's the important thing. Get a brush. It's been so long. Like I've literally worn makeup like 3 times since all this started. Like I have not had time. Like I'm not even kidding you. I have not had time. This is like the first time, and I'm gonna try this baby out. It's like the first time that I've actually been able to sit down and actually do makeup, and it feels so freaking good. Y'all have no idea. The few times I have worn makeup, this is like the base is literally exactly how I've done it. And I will say this, like, first of all, the shade is not going on the way I anticipated the shade would. This is a lot more pigmented than it looked in the pan. No complaints, I'm just saying. But this is like, this eye primer, y'all, especially being drugstore, come on. Oh my goodness. It is amazing. And I think me and the hubby might go out to dinner. So we're doing like a easy date look. But, so all my hard work, I have decided I'm going to get myself a little present. And dude, there's so much to catch up on. Oh my goodness. So let's backtrack. For our anniversary, we did the My Heritage DNA kits. Wow. Now I started watching The Last Kingdom and Vikings, so naturally I thought I was a Viking princess. That is certainly not the case. I'm like, I had a whole theme of like a sleeve of tattoos planned out. I'm actually apparently Scottish and Irish and English and Argentinian. I don't know where the Argentinian's coming from, because I am literally Casper the Friendly, well, semi-friendly ghost. So that kind of threw me for a loop. And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't have to be Swedish or Norwegian or Scandinavian or anything like that to do a whole Viking theme for my tattoos. I like the whole theme, like the Valkyries, the different symbols. Like, I like that whole theme. So this arm is going to be Viking theme. This arm is going to be Scottish and Irish theme. Starting with this, I have a consultation next week to take that cross and turn it a little more Scottish. That is my gift to myself from working so much, and I am very excited. Ooh. Pigmented. Alright, so let's discuss how the wear is so far. I know we're kind of jumping around, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that like I'm communicating throughout this. how the wear of these products that we have used are going. Now, I did tell you that like this is my typical go-to base makeup that really hasn't changed. So I know what it works well with. I know they all the items work well together that way, and I know what primers it works well with. So it makes it a little bit easier in the sense of if there's any issues, figuring out where the issues are. But I will say with this primer, all of these products are working very, very nicely together. And with that color corrector, I'm so surprised by that color corrector. I really am. Like, you'll have no idea how surprised I am by that. But, and then it's Natasha Denona. Like, come on, these are blending out like a freaking dream. A dream, I tell you, a dream. Now we're gonna go back into that first shade with a little brush, and I'm gonna do my under eye real quick. See, as far as like under eye products, how I like determine if they're doing their job and working well or not is how my eyeshadow applies and how it stays. But that also really depends on the eyeshadow itself. Like if it's not great eyeshadow, it's not gonna stay, it's not gonna apply well. But it seems to be applying beautifully. So there's a black in this palette, and I kind of want to dip into it because I do really enjoy a good black smoky eye moment. I'm thinking we might dip into it. I don't see why not. Like it's, I have an idea. Do I want to go with that idea though? Let's go for it. Take a clean brush and go into that black. Oh, that's not black. That's totally not black. Tell me that doesn't look black. That is 100% not black though. That blue. Okay. Okay, whatever. It's like a black blue. Right now. I have a feeling I just messed up this entire freaking look. Because I was anticipating black 100%. Oh, it's pretty, don't get me wrong. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking that brown and I'm moving the blue up a little bit, blending it, softening it just a little bit, because again, it was not, I was seriously anticipating black, and it's okay. I mean, it's not that big of a freaking deal. I just apparently need to put contacts on. This is a very pretty color though. The downfall is if it's not even though, because it is such a wham bam in your face color, you can tell. It's not like it's a nude where it's not as noticeable. I think it's still noticeable, but not like as noticeable. I think we're even. Okay. Now we're gonna go back into the black blue. Blue black. The black that's not black, it's actually blue. Now we're gonna take a flat brush and we're gonna go into the color that was originally calling my name. Kind of hoping this color works. Okay. I actually like it. I really do. Now we're gonna go into that yellow shade. I'm very curious how this is gonna. We're just using the whole palette. And I kind of want to put this right here. It's pretty. It's like a white goldy yellow. I'm gonna pop on some eyeliner, clean the blue off of my brushes, and we will be back to, well, I'm gonna finish my face except the highlighter, and then we'll be right back. Let's do some highlighter. So we have a pinky shade, a goldy shade, and I wanna say that's like a champagne shade. So this is, let's see, whoa. So it's there. And it's noticeable. Let's try Dreamer. It's just not as wham bam in your face as I thought it was gonna be. Oh, okay. There it is. Let's discuss. Alright, so the primer I'm in love with 100%. I love the fact that it actually feels cooling but also has like a weird jelly texture. Not really jelly, it's like gummy texture, and I really enjoy it. My foundation and everything went on beautifully with it. The eyeshadow palette, I mean, besides the fact I'm blind as a bat and thought the blue was black, it works. It's actually a very cute little palette. I think it's absolutely perfect for spring. You can easily do like a neutral look or a pop of color, or like we did on accident, a very bold smoky look. And it works. Like it is a very cute palette. The goldy yellow shade is still really throwing me off, but in a good way. It's like one of those, I really thought it was gonna come out gold, but it's actually like a pastel yellow. It'd make a really pretty highlight. That might be something we try next. What else did we get? We got the palette, the eyeshadow palette, the shower gel we haven't tried. The Dragonbeauty really surprised me. I am not gonna lie. It really, really surprised me. Like I told you, I'm not big into color correctors, but my under eye is looking really good and bright and smooth, and it worked well with all of my products that I use. Not like products that people say work well together, so I don't have to go buy it. Like, it worked well with products I use, and it had a really nice consistency. It wasn't watery, but it wasn't too thick, and it blended beautifully, and it worked with my concealer beautifully. The only thing that we got that I'm not over the moon about is the Unicorn Dust palette by Trendbeauty. It's not that it's bad, it's great, especially for the price point. For me personally, I feel like when they go on, the shades are a little too similar, and they're not, I mean, they're wearable. Let's say that, they're wearable. I guess I'm just used to the ridiculous blinding highlights, but this is a wearable highlight, and it's a great price, and it's cute. It has a cute little mirror, and it's on, it wears nicely, it's not over the top. Most of the time when I hear of a unicorn highlighter, I'm thinking like it's gonna be rainbow. It's not gonna be good for everyday makeup. It's gonna be like blue and purple and stuff. These are wearable. For my skin tone, it looks great. I don't know how it would look on other skin tones, but again, it's wearable, it's cute, it's affordable. So yeah, that's BoxyCharm for April. I actually like this box. I think it's a tie between the primer and the eyeshadow palette on my favorites though. Because I mean, it's Natasha Denona and the box was $25. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry I was MIA, but I'm back. And we have a whole bunch of fun things coming up. A very anticipated video coming up. So make sure you are subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell, and I'll see you later in the week. Bye guys.